Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Being the Odds. It is Friday, August 8th, 2025, and we are back with our NFL best bets of the day. If you're new to the channel, my name is Zach, and welcome to Being the Odds. And make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video, hit the notification bell so you never miss a pick. We post these NFL videos every single day. The NFL is on all other major sports as well. We have an MLB video out right now, so definitely check that one out after this one. We're 19-8 in our last 27 free plays on MLB. So like I said, after this video, check that one out. I'm excited to have y'all here. Let's go win together today. Let's go make some money. So to recap yesterday's results, we went 1-1 yesterday. Over 36.5, Las Vegas and Seattle was basically free money. Love to see that. Both these, I told you, neither of these teams had depth when it comes to defense, and they didn't. And speaking of no depth on defense, the Bengals minus 5.5. Someone in the comments yesterday told me that Tanner McKee was going to light my ass up since I bet the Bengals, and whoever that was, you were completely correct. Completely correct on that. Tanner McKee blew up this Bengals defense. If they don't get Trey Hendrickson, I keep hearing the Bengals are going to make the playoffs. I don't know how they're going to do that with this defense. They are so bad. But you know what? We're going to have a nice day today. I have a full slate of picks for you guys here today on the channel, but we have a massive, and I mean massive, members only card today. We have 12 members. We have 12 plays in our membership today. 8 plays, 8 MLB plays, 4 NFL preseason plays, and you can get those all for 40% off using code football at zdmbets.com/picks. As a member, all our members get our members only best bets every single day, which was profitable best bets on a day-to-day basis. They also have a direct line of me, so any game they're considering betting, they reach out to our hotline number, get a guaranteed response back about any game they're considering betting, and they get all our free picks due on YouTube sent to you before these videos come out. That would take advantage of early lines, early odds. The website is zdmbets.com/picks. Website is linked in the pinned comment below. But let's get into the plays that we actually have for the day. The first play that I'm going to roll with today is going to be the Falcons plus 3.5 versus the Lions. And again, here's the thing. When it comes to the preseason, that you have to bet it differently than the regular season. If this was a regular season game, and I got the Lions, this Lions team with the starters versus the starters, at minus 3.5 versus the Falcons, and everybody's healthy, I am hammering, and I mean hammering the Lions at minus 3.5. But we're not. We're betting the preseason. And when we're looking at the preseason, I'm going to look at the Falcons first. First off, Raheem Morris is trying to change the culture, and the Falcons are also at home. And when you're trying to change the culture and you're at home, you've got to win these games. And I can see them winning this game outright. I think not easily, but I think they can win this game outright in a very favorable manner, like to put it lightly. And we're going to get consistent quarterback play from the Falcons the entire game, which matters a lot in the preseason because Penix and Kirk aren't playing. And outside of, I'm going to look at the Falcons really, I had their depth chart here. They have Easton Stick and Emory Jones. I mean, I'm not really sure how much Emory Jones is going to play, but Easton Stick's going to play a lot. Emory Jones is going to play a little bit at the end. And, you know, Emory Jones, by the way, is a runner, which we want in the preseason. You want guys who are going to run. Like, if you have quarterbacks that can run the preseason, you're gonna cover a lot of spreads. You're going to win a lot of preseason games, which is what we have with Emory Jones. The Easton Stick is a more than capable preseason quarterback. If he was my day one starter, I would jump off a bridge. But for preseason, he's very, very solid. The Falcons also have actually pretty good for preseason standard skill position guys that'll be playing deep in this game. If you look at the Falcons wide receivers in particular, DJ Chark was a starter last year for the Panthers. Now, for the Panthers, obviously. But he was a starter. He's a third string wide receiver right now. You've got actually good, you actually have good tight ends. Felipe Franks is solid. You've got good running backs. I mean, they've got actually a pretty solid, they're deep on the offensive line. I mean, the Falcons are in a really, really good spot here. And defensively, I mean, they're going to be pretty good because Raheem Morris is a defensive coach. So he's going to shore up that side of the ball, which I think that's solid for us, especially looking at this game. Now, we also, now the pop to the Lions here, we saw last week for the Lions what kind of depth they have, and they don't have depth. And the reason why is they have to pay all their good starters. They've got a really good top end team, but if they get into their backups, they're in serious trouble. And we saw that yesterday we saw it last week against the Chargers when they got into later in the game and they just could not get anything going. And really they haven't filled out the roster because they really can't. And Dan Campbell has a culture. He has established the culture. And the preseason game, won or loss, is not going to affect the culture that Dan Campbell has affected over the last 3 or 4 years since he's been the coach. What he cares about, what the Lions team really cares about, is January and February. They don't give a shit about August. And Falcons are the hungrier team. They've got to establish the culture. They've got to get things off on the right foot. And the Lions are just trying to make it through this preseason without getting hurt. So I love the Falcons here at plus 3.5 versus the Lions. Plus right now, only 20, I'm going to make this clear here. This is pretty crazy, is that for the Falcons, only 31% of the money is on the Falcons today. Vegas is hoping and praying that the Falcons are going to win tonight and cover. They really want them to cover. They don't want them to win. They want them to lose by like 2, which I could see happening here, or lose by 3. So I love the Falcons here, plus 3.5 versus the Lions in this game. And then I'm going to go with an under 33.5 in Carolina and Cleveland. The betting split here is fantastic for us, and I mean fantastic. We've got, when it comes to the under here, we've got 33% of the bets, while 46% of the money's on the 33.5. And I got that on Hard Rock. On DraftKings and FanDuel, this number has gone all the way down to 32.5, which means that, the line is moving in our direction, which we've already beaten the line if you remember. But the reason why I like this is Shador's going to play basically the whole night, and contrary to popular belief, he's a 5th-round pick for a reason. And I know people are saying it was because of his dad, and they wanted to sabotage him because they didn't like Dion. Everyone loves Dion, just about. But here's the other thing, is if you have Shador as rated as a 3rd-round grade, and you get him there, and then you have to decide between someone like, for example, a Dylan Gabriel, who's not going to get any noise, and Shador, who's going to cause a media circus, I would take Dylan Gabriel because I don't have to deal with the bullshit media circus. And something against Shador, it's just like that's what comes with the territory when you call yourself legendary in the draft room. And here's the thing: is like he's a 5th-round pick for a reason, and they're going to play their backup O-line, which is terrible. The Browns have one of the worst skill position groups in recent memory, not just in the year this year. I'm talking about in recent memory. It's one of the worst, and they're going to be playing backups, which are not going to be very good. And he's just not going to have a lot of help. And that's just what. And the thing is I've seen people say, well, they're trying to set him up to fail. It's like, no, he's just on the Browns. He's set up to fail because he's on the Browns. It's like if he's on other teams, it might be a little different, but with the Browns, he doesn't have much of a shot. And Carolina has a pretty deep defense, and they're going to be able to stop him pretty well. And the other part of this is that with how Stefanski's offense is set up, they're going to be running the ball a lot, so this game can get really short. And Cleveland, though, defensively is more than capable. They've actually got a very deep defense with a bunch of actually really solid skill guys. Obviously, they're not going to be playing like a lot of their starters, but they have actually a decent amount of depth on the defensive end, which is big because when we're looking at the Panthers. The Panthers are okay. They're going to be much improved over last year, but they're not exactly I don't know, they're not game breakers offensively. And they're also going to be switching quarterbacks a ton. Bryce is going to play a little bit, Andy Dalton's going to play a little bit, Jack Plummer's going to play a little bit. So there's going to be a little bit of, there's not going to be any continuity, which definitely lends itself to the under here. And Cleveland, and listen, Carolina has a better skill guys than Cleveland does, but not much better. And defensively, they're more than serviceable. They've actually got they're pretty deep on the defensive end, which is good for us for when it comes to the under. And I don't really trust the offense of Carolina. So I love the under 33.5, Carolina and Cleveland. We're going to roll with that here. Now, like I said, guys, we do have 12 members only best bets. You can get them for 40% off using code football at checkout at ddmbets.com/picks. And we do have an MLB video out right now, so definitely go check that out. But again, to recap what we have the Falcons plus 3.5 versus the Lions. We have the under 33.5, Carolina and Cleveland. So guys, go lock in those picks. Let's go win together today. Let's go make some money, and I'll see you all tomorrow.